Hello, everyone, and good evening and welcome to another Focus 6 to 7. If you've been here before, you probably recognize me. My name is Michelle, and I'm originally from Pakistan, and I am a teacher in Milan, America. I hope you guys are doing well today. It's Monday. Do you have the Monday blues? Is it possible to get the Monday blues when you've been quarantined for weeks and weeks? Write to me and let me know. So today we are talking about the environment. It's something that is very near and dear to my heart, and I'm sure many of you probably feel the same way. Um, Today, we are going to be discussing environmental problems and solutions. We are going to look at modal verbs and we are going to use phrases to talk about the future. Okay, I see we have three viewers. I'd love to know who you are, where you're from. It's always nice when someone writes in. Okay, so environment. Let's play a little game, true or false. Write your answer with the right number, and then we'll see who has the most right answers. First, over 1 trillion plastic bags are used every year worldwide. What do you guys think? Do you think that's accurate, or maybe that's a number that's too high? I don't know. I think it sounds quite accurate. Number two, all newspapers in the United Kingdom are 100% made out of recycled paper. That seems possible. It's entirely possible. We have a few students writing in. We have Flavia from Rome, Lorenzo from Padua, Angela from Bergamo, and hello everyone. So happy you guys could join us. Well, join me. I'm alone today. Lorenzo is giving in the answers. He says the first one is true and the second one is false. Okay. We also have Maria Pia. Hello and welcome. Okay, what do you guys think? Lorenzo has said the first one is true, the second one is false. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Number three, the amount of food that is wasted in Europe could feed 200 million people. Wow, that is a big amount. I don't know. I feel bad. I would feel very bad if that is true. That's a lot of food being wasted. Angela agrees with Lorenzo and she says number two is false. Okay. Angela also says number three is true. So does Maria Pia and so does Lorenzo. That's a big number, guys. Number four, you should always rinse cans before recycling them. Okay, this is interesting because I think this depends on the country. In some countries, you really should recycle them, like in Japan, for example, and in some countries, you don't. So, I don't know. Let's see. What do you guys think? Do you think it's true? Flavia says four is false. Number five is it is better to do the dishes with a sponge than with the dishwasher. That's a good question. Hmm. I don't know about number five. Flavia says false, so do Maria Pia and Lorenzo. Okay, Angela, what do you think? Do you think number four is true or false? And what about number five, guys? Oh, lovely, lovely. Maria Pia says five is false. Flavia also says five is false. So does Lorenzo. Rinse, that is a good question. To rinse means to wash with water, right? Without soap. Fantastic. Hello, Bruno. Bruno's all the way from France. Welcome. Flavia says, it is better to use a dishwasher. As far as I know, there is less use of water. That does make sense. There are some dishwashers today which use less water and less energy as well. Angela says number four is true. Okay, let's start looking at the answers. The first answer, most of you said that it was true. In fact, all of you said it was true. And yes, it is true. How sad is that? That is very sad. That's a lot of plastic bags. Number two, some of you said this was true, but most of you said this was false. And the answer is it is true. All the newspapers produced in the UK are made out of recycled paper. Well, that's amazing. Number three, you guys all said this was true. This is true. That is a lot of food being wasted. Number four, you guys were divided on this. The answer is false. There is no need to rinse the cans before recycling. But it's like I said, in some countries, you don't need to rinse them. So I think in Europe, we don't rinse them. But I know in Japan, they're quite strict about rinsing everything. The last one. It is better to do the dishes with a sponge than the dishwasher. False. If your dishwasher doesn't use too much energy, it is better to use it. That is true because if you have many dishes to wash, it's better to wash them in the dishwasher. But if you only have two plates and one cup, perhaps it's better not to use the dishwasher because that would use more water to wash fewer dishes. So it depends on the number of dishes and knives and forks, etc. We would call them utensils. Okay, so the dishes and or we would also call them cutlery. Flavia makes an interesting point. She says, I think it depends on the can's content. For example, it is better to rinse the tuna can, but maybe not the Coca-Cola one. Yes, this is true. It depends on what's in the can as well, of course. Okay, Bruno says number six. Unfortunately, Bruno, I don't believe I can see a number six. So we're just going to move on to discussing the environment. So we have a few questions here, and I'm going to talk about them. But in the meanwhile, I would love for you to write in and tell me what you think. What do you do to protect the environment? Do you recycle? Do you try to save energy? How? Do you use environmentally friendly products? Okay, so I'm going to answer them. Do I recycle? Yes, I do. I definitely do. I think it's the law. We should all recycle. And I think I would recycle even if it wasn't the law, because I think that we should, I believe in the three R's, which is reduce, reuse, and recycle. So I try to reduce my waste by buying things that are not packaged in plastic. I try to not buy anything that is unimportant, and I recycle, of course. Um, Lorenzo says that it depends on how much water you use. Yes, I believe he's talking about um, the dishwasher. Yes, absolutely. Dishwasher depends on how much water you use when you are washing things by hand. Maria Pia says that yes, she recycles because it's a rule in her city. Fantastic. Yes, I believe it's a national rule, which I think is quite lovely. Bruno says, I recycle rain to water my garden. That is amazing and really cool. Please tell us how you recycle the rain to water your garden. Do you collect it somewhere? Raffaele, hello Raffaele. He is 35 and he lives near Salerno. Flavia says that yes, even if it is a rule, not everyone respects it because they do not understand how important it is. Yes, this is true, and I really hope that few people fall into this category because it is very, very important for the environment for you to divide your waste up, differentiate, and throw it in the correct bins. Angela says, I recycle paper, plastic cans, metal, glass, and biologic. Okay, so biologica is what you would say in Italian. In English, we would say organic. We would call that organic waste. Lorenzo says that he divides the waste, he turns off the lights, and I often use ecological detergent. Fantastic. I think he's answering question number two, um, which is how do you save energy? So there can be some really inventive ways to save energy. Let's talk about that. Well, Lorenzo has hit the top three, right? We can make sure you turn off the lights when you leave a room. You make sure that your your plugs are not in the socket. You take out the plug. You Another way that I save energy is that I don't drive my own car. I use public transport. I also try to ensure that I don't leave the heat on for too long at home. So I make sure the temperature's never too high during the winters. And in summer, I ensure I don't put the air conditioner too low. We have our students writing in. Raffaele says that he recycles food scraps in his garden. Fantastic. Okay, so when we recycle food scraps for the garden and we use it to fertilize the garden, we call that compost. So you take the food scraps from your kitchen and you use it as food for your plants. So that is called compost. Okay, Bruno says that he collects it in a tank on the channel of his roof. Fantastic. Very inventive. Ingenious. Flavia says, I do not buy plastic bottles. I use the reusable bottles. Absolutely good job. That's what they are called. They are called reusable bottles. I do the same. I don't buy plastic bottles. I use the reusable bottles. Maria P.S. says that she turns off the light when she changes the room. Fantastic job. It's the tiny things that matter, guys. I agree. Flavia says she always uses reusable bags for groceries. Flavia, groceries with an I. And okay, so these reusable bags, there's a special name for them. We call them cloth totes. Lorenzo says that he uses the washing machine in the evening. Fantastic. Angela says that she, I tried to do a short program for dishwasher. Um, I'm not sure what you want me to write, Raffaele. Could you please let me know? I'm sorry, I'm not sure. Okay, Angela, when you say you tried to do a short program for the dishwasher, we would say a short cycle. I run a short cycle on the dishwasher. A short cycle. So I would say I run a short cycle. So when the water goes round and round and round, that's called a cycle. So instead of saying program, we would call it a cycle. Okay, how do I save energy? What do I do? I I'm sorry, I already told you how I save energy. We're moving on to eco-friendly products. I definitely use eco-friendly products that do not harm the environment. And I also try to buy products without plastic containers. For example, fruits, I don't buy my fruits in the plastic boxes. I buy them when they are free, when they're sold individually. I don't. I buy my shampoo. My shampoo is a bar. It doesn't come in a bottle. So I try to reduce packaging in every way possible. I use eco-friendly. I use an eco-friendly hair dryer. I use an eco-friendly batteries, which are rechargeable batteries. I think those are quite helpful. And I think that's it. That's all I can think of. Lorenzo says that there are also eco programs. Yes, there are also, again, not eco programs, but eco cycles. So environmentally friendly cycles. If you are talking about the dishwasher and the machine, Xavier says in most cases without off. In most cases, the packaging is made up of a lot of plastic. Yes, this is true. And I only realized this once I started living alone. Sorry, that was a mistake. Made up of. Sorry, I'm just typing something. Here we go. So Yes, it was only when I started living alone that I realized how much plastic I generate myself, just one individual. And it was really a lot because everything comes in plastic. And it's very, very, very hard to try to live a plastic free life. You're absolutely right, Flavia. Bruno, very inventive. I use the nettle juice. I use the juice of nettle to fertilize my flowers. Wow, you are a true eco warrior. Fantastic. That's incredible. Angela says, I use eco friendly soap and cleaners for the house. Good job. Lorenzo says, I sometimes buy product with ecological packaging. What does that mean? Ecological packaging. Right. Okay, this is a good question. Um let's look at what ecological means. Eco-friendly means environmentally friendly. Ecological just refers to the it's anything that is an adjective which relates to living organisms and their physical surroundings, right? So we would say pollution is posing a threat to the ecological balance of the ocean. So there are two different meanings and two different words. So what we would say is eco-friendly or environmentally friendly. Rough. Um, Raffaele says, while I was showering, I turn off the water. Yes, that is important. Fantastic. Even if you're brushing your teeth or you're showering or washing the dishes, it's always good to turn off the water when you aren't using it. Flavia says, you're welcome, Lorenzo. Flavia says, I'm trying to use the public transport instead of private car. That's great, Flavia. That is really awesome. But I know that takes up, depending on where you live, that can be difficult. Okay, and now we have some pictures. Let's match the vocabulary. So I am going to read, and then I'm going to pause and give you a chance at home to repeat after me with the correct pronunciation. Water, air, pollution, factories, pesticides, traffic, waste, deforestation, global warming, greenhouse gases. Okay, in the meantime, Rafael is sending in the answer. Okay, A, traffic, good. B, factories, fantastic. Anyone else? Keep sending in your answers, guys. So while you're sending in the answers, I am going to um, explain the difference between pesticides and fertilizers. Pesticides are what you put on the plants to keep the insects away. Fertilizer is what you put in, which you put in the soil to help the plants grow. The soil is the earth the plants grow in. Okay, Raphael says C is water pollution. Okay, good work, guys. The answers are coming in. Do we have an answer for D? D. Francesca says air pollution. Okay, let's check it out, guys. No, D is greenhouse gases. Okay, so it's similar to air pollution because it is air pollution, but we don't have air pollution listed in the vocabulary. So we are going to choose greenhouse gases, which is a very specific type of air pollution. But it is air pollution nonetheless. So you are right, Francesca. Okay, E. What do you guys have for E? Has anybody guessed E? No, not a single E. Come on, guys, what do you think? G, Flavia has said, is deforestation. Flavia says F is pesticide. Okay, G, deforestation from Angela. Good, good. What about E? Come on, you guys can do it. Global warming. Okay, Lorenzo, let's check you out. Ding, 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 ding. Fantastic work. Good work, Lorenzo. Yes, this is global warming. This is the ice in the North Pole and the South Pole, which is melting. Good work, Raffaele. Fantastic, guys. Bruno, you have all got it. Absolutely. F is pesticides. Good. G, deforestation. And H, waste. Okay, as we are going forward, if you have any questions, of course, please write to me and let me know so I can help you. You guys did really, really well. Great work, gang. Causes of pollution. What are some causes of air pollution, water pollution, global warming? Water pollution, air pollution, global warming. So greenhouse gases, what do you think? Does it cause water pollution, air pollution, or global warming? Then we have pesticides. What kind of pollution do pesticides cause? Then we have deforestation, traffic, factories, and waste. So what do you guys think? Yes, deforestation can cause. I'm sorry, Lorenzo, what can't you see? Can you not see the slide? Okay, so greenhouse gases. Flavia says greenhouse gases cause air pollution. Yes, they do, possibly, but it's a very specific kind of air pollution. They cause global warming. So greenhouse gases are called CFCs. These kinds of gases have made a hole in the ozone layer, and through this hole, very strong. Okay, fantastic, Lorenzo. Now you can see. And through this hole, very strong sunlight comes through to the earth. So the first one is just global warming. Let's talk a bit about greenhouse gases. So it is a gas very specifically that absorbs and radiates energy, and it has a bad effect on the Earth's atmosphere. Carbon dioxide, um, It, carbon dioxide is a greenhouse gas. Okay, what about pesticides? What do you guys think? Traffic is air pollution. Okay. Deforestation and traffic, air pollution, pesticides, water pollution, wastewater. Okay. What about factories? Where do you think factories fit in? Okay, so pesticides, water pollution, because you put the pesticides on the plants, it rains, and then the rain takes it or down to the river, so it pollutes the water. Traffic, deforestation, global warming, because when there are fewer plants, the temperature of the planet goes higher. Air pollution, I think that would be traffic. Good job, guys. Absolutely. Traffic produces a lot of air pollution. Then we have factories, air pollution, as we can see in the picture, waste, water pollution. Okay, that is it. Good job, guys. Well, I think that global warming is a consequence of all the things listed here. This is true. Global warming is the consequence of all the things listed here, but very specifically, greenhouse gases are named as the number one culprit for global warming because of the way they absorb energy and the way they've caused a hole in the ozone layer, which is smaller now because all the countries in the world made a joint effort to try and stop using this in their products. Environmental awareness. Fill in the gaps with the correct word from the list. What might happen if we don't stop polluting the environment? Many of us agree that cars are a big problem. They cause breathing problems in big cities and also release carbon monoxide, which is a blank. They are a major cause of blank and blank. So next time you go to work, don't get stuck in blank, walk or cycle instead. Blank release gases too, and blank means fewer trees provide us with oxygen. We should also think about the earth's water. Farmers use blank, and most of our blank is thrown in the oceans. This causes blank and kills sea animals. One day, we will have solutions to all of these problems, or at least I hope so. Okay, you guys already know what to do. Absolutely. What I would like you to do is use the words on the right to fill in the gaps, and the words are pesticides, traffic, water pollution, air pollution, greenhouse gas, global warming, factories, deforestation, and waste. Okay, Bruna and Raffaele and Flavia, good work, guys. They're on a roll. They say that the first one is greenhouse gas. Yes, absolutely. There are five main greenhouse gases. They are water vapor, carbon dioxide, methane. I don't know what the other one is called. It's called surface level ozone and nitrous oxide. Okay, second one. Bruno says global warming. Flavia says global warming. Let's look and see what we have. Fantastic. Okay, what's number 3? Flavia says air pollution. Okay, what do you guys think? Flavia thinks number 3 is air pollution, global warming. Good job, Raffaele. Fantastic. Good job, Bruno. Okay, Bruno also says air pollution. Okay, Lorenzo says air pollution. Raffaele says air pollution. Okay, boys. Good work, everyone. Flavia hitting it. She got it right really quickly. Good job. Next, traffic. Bruno says traffic. What do you guys think? Agree or disagree? Raffaele also says traffic. Yep, absolutely. It is traffic. Fantastic. Flavia also says traffic. Good job. Lorenzo getting it right as well. So does Angela. Nice. Okay, let's move on now to the next one. What do you guys think? We have 5 words: pesticides, water pollution, factories, deforestation, waste. Okay, Raffaele, first one in. He says factories, so does Flavia. Okay, so factories and deforestation. Okay, let's try the first one. Is it factories? Yes, factories release gases too. Lorenzo, good job. Angela, fantastic. Okay, let's see. Is deforestation right according to Flavia? Yes, it is. Good work. Anyone else? Deforestation, good, good. Bruno says pesticides. Farmers use pesticides. Do you guys agree? Do you disagree? Good work. Yes, deforestation. Okay, let's see. Farmers use pesticides. Yes, good work, Bruno. Fantastic. Good work, Lorenzo. I'm going to give you guys a couple of minutes to get in the answers because it takes some time for your answers to come through. Angela says the next one is waste. Okay, let's find out. Good job, Angela. And the last one is water pollution. Okay, great work, everyone. Thank you for participating and making this a fun little competition between all of us. Good answers, everyone. You all got it right. Give yourself a round of applause. Okay, let's move on now. to talk about modal verbs. So let's discuss what a modal is first. A modal verb is a helper verb. It is a verb which helps the verb. Let me use some. Let me give you some examples. Let's look at the modal verb must. Whenever we use must, we express a strong obligation or a logical conclusion. For example, you must wear a seat belt when you are driving, or she must be tired. She woke up very early. Then we have must not, the negative. So must not expresses a prohibition, which means that you are not allowed to do something. For example, you must not drink and drive. So when we usually use must, there is a strong obligation because it's usually used in situations where someone in authority, like the police or the government, tells you to do something or stops you from doing something. Let's look at can. Can we can use for ability. I can speak English. For permission. Can I use your phone? Possibility. I I can go to the party. Then could is for ability in the past. So when I was a child, I loved chocolate. So, but there's no good in that. Let me rephrase. When I was a child, I could eat chocolate every day. We also use could for polite permission and for possibility. For example, it could rain today. We use may, might for permission and for possibility or probability. May I use your phone? It may rain. And we use should for an obligation or for advice or for a logical conclusion. For example, I should pay my taxes. It's an obligation. But I think I would use must because that's the law. So it's a very strong obligation. So for should, which is not as strong as must, I would say I should visit a doctor. Advice, you should call your mother. Logical conclusion, he should be very tired. He's been working all day. Okay, so let's read this now. By 2050, climate change could create 150 million climate refugees. Clearly, we must change our lifestyle. We should carpool, recycle, and save as much energy as possible. But some scientists say that it is not enough, and it is time for factories and multinational companies to find other solutions. Otherwise, there will be more natural disasters. What can we do to save our planet? There are many things we could do, but we will probably have to wait a bit longer before things change. So, can you find seven modal verbs in this paragraph? We spoke about a few modal verbs. Let's see how well you guys do. Then we also have some modals which are called semi-modals. And an example would be had better. And we usually use had better for an obligation or advice. For example, I had better go to the gym. I had better study. You'd better call your mother. You'd better um, prepare for your interview. Okay, good work, guys. We have Bruno saying good, good create. Yes, the first one is good. Flavia, Bruno, Lorenzo, everyone getting it. Fantastic. The second one, Bruno says change. Lorenzo says must change. Yeah, fantastic. Good work, guys. Then should. What comes next? Will. Will is also a modal. Can, could, and will. You guys got all of them except will. Good work, everyone. Okay, so let's do this exercise and let's try to use the modals we learned and then wrap it up because we're almost out of time. Had better. Flavia, the answer to your question, had better. I'll just write it down. Give you an example. You had better call your mother. Okay, so here we have a modal verb, we have a few phrases and a few verbs. So let's use the modal verbs and the sentences below to give advice on ways to protect the environment. I think this is a great activity to wrap everything up and use everything we've learned so far. You're welcome, Flavia. Okay, so good, recycle, paper glass, save. Okay, I'll try. We should use public transport or carpool to not save, to not waste energy or to save energy. Okay, Bruno, fantastic. We must recycle paper and glass to reduce our waste. Waste is singular. Good work, yeah. Should, okay, you should, Lorenzo, go for it. We should not use pesticides to reduce greenhouse gases. Fantastic. Lovely. Okay, I think your answers are just going to keep coming in. It takes a while. But while they're coming in, I'm going to take the opportunity and say bye because my time's up for now. But if you guys had a good time, I will be back in 10 minutes. Just a quick 10-minute break. Have a little bit of hot water, refresh the throat, and I will be back and you can catch us. Have another 6 to 7 focus. You can reuse plastic bags to reduce waste. Good. We could plant trees to prevent air pollution. Fantastic. Fantastic work, everyone. This is all really, really good. Good job. Bruno says, we can plant trees to prevent global pollution. Yes, more trees is always better. Okay, bye everyone. I hope to see you in 10 minutes. Have a good evening in case I don't. Thank you for joining and thank you so much for participating. This made the lesson so interesting for me and I hope for you too. Bye everyone. Bye.